this is the moment that so many of us have, well, a lot of us haven't waited on. A lot of people have already ordered this. I've just got to tell you, I saw this in the show and I absolutely went crazy because to be able to present for you not just a pearl that's 10 to 11 millimeters, but a genuine South Sea pearl, that means it's a saltwater pearl. It's not a freshwater pearl, and there's nothing wrong with freshwater pearls, but when we're talking saltwater pearls, you are dealing with the whims of Mother Nature. I mean, things can happen to reduce the salinity of the water. Things can happen to, you know, exhaust the oxygen in the water, and then the shell, the host mollusk that's holding this can die. There's so many things that can happen. So therefore, they're a much more rare, exotic, collectible, usually expensive pearl. And I will tell you, and you all know, I tell you, you know, I mean, there are lots of things that are pretty. If you have ever wanted a golden South Sea pearl, we have the white, we have the golden. There is, in my opinion, not a better chance to get it because it was about, I'm going to say, 4 to 6 years ago, where they had the problem with the harvest of the South Sea pearls. They didn't harvest because of weather conditions. As I just said, you know, there's so much that can happen with saltwater pearls. They didn't get the harvest. So prices were through the roofs. There was a year here at HSN where we had no golden South Sea pearls on the air. And that's a big statement because we're one of the largest retailers of gemstones in the entire world, much less the United States. So to be able to bring this to you today, and my goodness, we're busy. I appreciate your patience on board. If you can shop using hsn.com, this is a treasure of a lifetime. It really is. And when Carol brought this in at $199, I think it was Carol and Adam that had this, it sold out. It became a customer pick. Not only is it a customer pick, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a 4.5 star, so almost a perfect 5-star customer pick. And now today, from $199 to $129 in honor of Gem Week, and it's truly something that you will have for the rest of your life. When you think of the most well-dressed ladies, the most elegantly appointed ladies in the world, what do they wear? They wear pearls. But the South Sea pearl is truly the standard by which all other pearls are judged, Carol.
They absolutely are. And you know, when we talk about the rarity of a South Sea pearl, do you know that only 1 in 10,000 oysters will be able to harvest one South Sea pearl? Now, these are 10 to 11 millimeters. I want to show you one of the things that I truly love. Oh, by the way.
Oh, by the way, 100 left in the white.
Okay. Thank you, girlfriend. Okay, I have to talk quick. One of the things that I really love about this, that Connie and I love, is that this is a slide. So that means that the pearl, every time you move, the pearl slides with you. There is nothing more beautiful than having the luster of one of the rarest pearls in the world sliding on your skin. It is literally, you know, I sat next to this woman on the plane yesterday, and she said to me, "Oh my God, you know what that necklace makes me feel like?" And I said, "What?" She goes, "You know when you get into a bath and you put in those like beautiful pearl beads?" She said, "I look at it and I just feel like that luxurious moment of time just for me." Now, the chain is so incredibly beautiful. Can we get close to this chain? Okay, the chain is a box cable chain. Look at the weight, the substance, the design. This is an Italian chain. Everything about this necklace, everything says class. It says sophistication. You know, I never thought I would own a South Sea pearl. And I went to Tahiti on my honeymoon, and I actually was able to get one black South Sea pearl. It was $980. It was 9 millimeters, not 10 to 11. And I brought it home and I had a ring made from it. So my one single black Tahitian pearl, which I still covet today, it was my first ever and only South Sea pearl, was almost $1,000. Now, either I got seriously ripped off or you're getting the greatest deal on the planet.
I mean, that's it. And again, I've got to say, these are the standard by which all other pearls are judged. We have over 200 people ordering. If you want the white, and I'll show you the golden here in a second, because to me, I mean, and you grab which one you want, but I personally would go with the golden. You know, it's so funny. A lot of people don't realize, and I wish we had the shells here, because the golden only comes from one particular type of oyster in the entire world. They only thrive in the wonderful, warm South Sea waters. They've tried to take them elsewhere and kind of transplant them and have them produce these pearls. It can't happen. So you have truly, by definition, exactly what a rarity is in this golden South Sea pearl. And that is a genuine color. These haven't been dyed, they haven't been enhanced, they haven't been anything. This is the way that it comes out of the oyster. But like Carol said, 1 in 10,000 will produce a pearl like this. And it's actually probably, truthfully, even a smaller percentage when you consider the size of this one, Carol. And unlike freshwater mollusks that actually produce multiple pearls at once, one mollusk produces one pearl in the South Seas. Okay, the white, it is officially last call with 50 left in the white. And the white is the same thing. It comes from a particular white-lipped oyster in the warm waters of the South Sea. Golden, the golden...
The golden is much more rare. I'm always surprised when the white always outsells the golden in my South Seas. Now, I want to tell you something amazing. When you think that this pearl, this South Sea pearl in a rhodium over sterling silver necklace is only $129.90, I'm going to make a suggestion to you. Just think about it. You've got both of these necklaces are 16 plus 2 inches. I layered these for you to show you what they're going to look like when you get them both home. You can get them both home for way less than the appraised value. I mean, like over $100 less than the appraised value. And you can layer them. You can do one 16 inches and one 18 inches. Imagine what people are going to think when you have a South Sea golden pearl necklace around your neck and then you have a white Tahitian.
Oh, what if you did both? What, I mean, I'm sorry, not the gold and the white, but like 2 of the white or 2 of the gold.
I love that.
That would be pretty.
You know what else I love, Connie? Yeah. Just imagine this, okay? You have the golden and you have the white, and you've got a daughter, and you've got a wedding coming up, or you've got your niece or your granddaughter. I promise you, it took me until I was 32 years old to get my first and only Tahitian pearl, in Tahiti, no less. Imagine when you're able this holiday season, or for someone's birthday or graduation, to present somebody with a South Sea pearl. Golden being so much more rare, white being so sophisticated and beautiful. Now, you're going to present this pearl, but more importantly than giving somebody the gift of a South Sea pearl is to give them the story of its rarity. So I want you to go online, do a little research, and print out. My mom always does this for me. When she gives me a gift, she always gives me the information about that gift, and she tucks it in the box for me, so that when I look at it 5 years and 10 years later, or when I gift it to my daughter-in-law, somebody else gets to have that heirloom story with them. Because a South Sea pearl is one of the most magnificent pearls you can ever own. But the story of rarity, and you know what? In 10 years from now, when you do gift this and you pass it down and it is an heirloom, the $129 is silly.
Please.
The price is so silly. That's probably going to be $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 because South Sea pearls are becoming more rare due to the variables in nature and the weather.
Okay, just got to let you know, if you want the white now, we have 2 dozen left in the white. The gold, I said this from the very beginning, the gold would be my choice just because the rarity, the collectability, the sought-after nature of a golden South Sea. And I got to let you know, I mean, you can do the research on this. For the last, I'm going to say 4 to 6 years, the prices on golden South Seas, for the most part, had most of us thinking we would never have the opportunity to own one. Even here at HSN, there was a solid year where we didn't offer one. So to get a piece of not just beautiful jewelry, okay, white just sold out, the gold is on its way, but to get a real true golden South Sea pearl, and I've got to reiterate the size. This is a 10 to 11 millimeter. You know, when you think about it, the average pearl size is a 6 millimeter pearl. Anytime they go up even a ½ millimeter, that's huge. That's like going up a point on the Richter scale when you think of, you know, earthquakes. I mean, it really is that much of a difference, even a 0.5 millimeter. Unlike, you know, going up just a little bit, a 0.5 millimeter can increase the price by double and triple.
It's like any gemstone. Any gemstone, the larger it gets, it doesn't double. One that's, you know, if this is 11 millimeter and you're talking about a 6 millimeter, it doesn't double in value. It quadruples like every other gemstone. Now, I want to tell you something. Has anyone ever seen 24 karat gold, pure 24 karat gold? They call the golden South Sea pearl 24 karat gold. The reason why is because 24 karat gold is the purest gold you can ever own. Nobody gets 24 karat gold. And that's why they talk about the golden South Sea pearl like that, because it is so extremely rare. And when I'm telling you, if I was tuning in right now and I saw a 11 meter golden South Sea pearl near Rounds for $129, I honestly would be like, yeah, right. Really? It can't possibly be real. Guess what? My name is Carol Brodie. I've been in the jewelry industry for 30 years. This is a genuine, natural, not dyed, comes from the waters of Tahiti in the South Seas. This is a natural South Sea pearl.
And you got to think about it too. Again, the warm waters of the South Seas, the warm waters of Tahiti, that's the only place that this oyster that produces this, the golden lip oyster, thrives there. And unlike freshwater pearls, again, freshwater pearls are fine, but they're not collectible. They're
I love them, but they're it's like white topaz compared to diamonds.
Exactly.
This is the diamond.
And when you think of, when we talk about rarities, the reason these are so much more collectible is because of the fact that that oyster produces one pearl. And not every oyster is going to produce one pearl. And unlike the freshwater pearls, where the farmers can control the conditions in those freshwater beds, with the South Seas, they can't. I mean, it's really like a gambling thing. They put them down there, and then they're dealing with the whims of the Mother Nature. So dealing with the nutrients that are in the water, dealing with the salinity of the water, dealing with the oxygen levels in the water. And that's not things they can control. So they may or may not get a harvest that year, and it all depends on Mother Nature. So the prices dramatically go up. We've stretched this past the clock because we now have over 400 ordered, just about, I'm going to say with everybody on board, 200 remaining. Gals, it's Christmas time. So if you have dreamed, like so many of us, of not just having a pearl necklace, but having a golden South Sea standard by which all pearls are judged necklace, it doesn't get better than $129 when we had it at $199 customer pick. It's now $129. I'll leave it on till it's officially gone. You've got it if you're on board, and $21.66 to bring it home on FlexPay.
And by the way, I know we have to move on. I just want to tell you that many of you never dreamed of owning a golden pearl because you probably never knew it existed. And that's what makes it so incredibly rare and special.
Okay, Sofia Vergara is going to be here, and she's going to be introducing her new fragrance, Love, on Thursday. But you are more than welcome to pre-order right there on hsn.com.